What's up, YouTube? It's Eric, a Lions fan. I appreciate you guys checking out this video today. Today is not going to be a beer review. Today I'm going to talk about the Detroit Lions. Right now they're in the day 2 of minicamp. I haven't heard a whole lot of stuff on the Detroit Lions and on my ESPN app. That's been pretty low key. I think Bob Quinn's got all of his draft picks signed. I'll admit, I haven't been really keeping tabs on them all that much. I'm more of actually watching them play and getting my analysis on him as a Detroit Lions fan. Like I said, I think they got all their draft picks done. I think his draft was pretty good for a first-time draft. The Detroit Lions I'm going to talk about today, actually, is the Detroit Lions are actually getting cheerleaders. Now, this is the first time it's even ever happened at all. There's only a couple of teams that don't have them. It's Chicago, Green Bay, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, the New York Giants, and the Buffalo Bills. So even though the Buffalo Bills I think they had some stuff happen around 2014. They haven't had them since. But the Buffalo Bills are another team that don't, at this point in time, don't have cheerleaders. I really don't have any preference if they do or they don't, really. Technically, it's on for the breaks. You get to watch them, do their routines, all that sort of thing for being a cheerleader and all that, which is fine to me. If that's your thing, if that's the women's kind of thing, kind of that gymnastics, athletic style for cheerleading, I'm all for it. Granted, the women are pretty athletic. They're pretty good looking, I'll admit. All the women that are cheerleaders are good looking. It doesn't matter if you go to a Michigan game, a Michigan State game, any Big Ten, MAC schools, at least around here in Michigan, really anywhere in the country, you're going to see nice-looking, athletic women. And I kind of was, as I was reading through the Detroit Free Press's article there, I guess her name is Andrea Wilmanowski. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Technically, they have an unofficial cheerleading team they called the Detroit Pride, and that's been going on since 2010. I hope the Detroit Lions, whoever that person is, I think they had the name there, I just didn't write it down here on the piece of paper. I hope that person and Andrea kind of collaborate together and they do stuff as a team, as an organized cheerleading for the Detroit Lions. I don't really want to see, at least, again, this is just my own personal perspective, I don't really want to see the official Detroit Lions cheerleaders and then the Detroit Pride over here, and they're kind of competing against each other. I hope they collaborate. It'd be one big cheerleading team, I can tell you that, if they actually did collaborate, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But at least be aware that maybe for off-site stuff, they collaborate with them and do stuff with them, kind of make them feel like they're a part of the Detroit culture. It's just something that hopefully gets to revitalize the city, because that city, Detroit, really needs it. If you guys have been to Detroit, you know how run down and very poor that area is around inner city Detroit. But I did find it kind of odd that tryouts aren't open to the public, so I'm like, if you want to become a Detroit Lions cheerleader, how do you even do you make a special phone call? Do you have to get an agent? How does that all happen? So I just kind of found that a little bit funny. But anyway, and the other part I want to talk about is Anquan Bolden he was from Arizona Cardinals, came in for a visit. He's 35. Got some notes here on him. What is it here? He's free agent visit Monday, and he worked with Caldwell back in 2012 when he was with Baltimore. The man's 35 to me. I kind of think the Detroit Lions probably should say thanks, no thanks, shake his hand, and have him go on. We're never going to replace Calvin Johnson. I think Tay's probably going to end up being the number 1 wide receiver, with Marion Johnson being the number 2. They did pick up Andre Roberts. He was from Arizona from 2010 to 2013, and then he played for Washington the 2014-2015 season. I don't know much about the guy. Apparently, he was pretty good. I guess he's better at special teams than he is on being a receiver. But if he has to be that receiver, he can come in and do that. But anyway, I'm going to try to start getting some stuff going on for the Detroit Lions mini camps. I'll admit, I've been focusing on the Detroit Tigers, and I'm kind of even wavered from that a little bit. Only because the Tigers, to me, I think they're underachieving, I'll admit. I think they should be in first place right now. They should be competing with the Indians for the division lead. It's just as teams, the pitching on the back end for the relief pitching has just been horrendous. I thought it had a good streak there for a little bit, but now it's kind of right back down to they're giving up runs. They just can't seem to, maybe hold teams only 2 or 3 runs and have a nice cushion. They always kind of teams kind of just clip back into the game, or kind of chip away at the lead, and then they're tied or almost being 1 run down. So, like I said in my other videos, I don't think the Tigers are going to make the playoffs. If they do, I will be very surprised, actually, and they'll probably get swept if they do. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and I hope to see you guys soon. Go Lions, go Tigers, go Wolverines, and it hurts me to say this, go Sparties. Hope to see you guys again soon. Deuces.